Hey guys, it's been a while. I caught a little bit of a infection in the mouth. Nothing too serious, but yeah, I took a little break after I came back on Monday from an absolutely insane weekend for me. The regional championship in Lille, which I didn't do as much preparation for as I usually do for big tournaments because I was already qualified for the next Pro Tour that regional championship would feed to. And it was just, yeah, it turned out to be a really big tournament as well. They keep growing and growing, and now they reduced the slots for the Pro Tour slots. So before it was 36 that could qualify via this, and now it's only 24, the top 24. And yeah, now it was almost 700 players. Well, I think the last one was like a little bit more than 400, and then the one before was like 300 something. So they keep just growing and growing, growing, and now it's almost 700. And they're saying that the next one is going to be even bigger, likely. So it's going to be really difficult to qualify for the Pro Tour at this point. You really can't expect anything. I think the system, to say it mildly, is just, yeah, it seems very, very difficult to qualify for the Pro Tour. I don't know if you want that in your system, but yeah, it's tough to aspire to become a Magic Pro at this time and age. It really is. Like when I started like 6-7 years ago, it felt a lot more doable that you could just grind your way to the top. But now you have this one tournament every 4 months that you sort of have to spike, and it's tough. Well, in any case, I didn't need the qualification, but there's still top two World Championship invites for the best two players in the tournament, and also money on the line. So and fun. I mean, I get to see my friends and have some fun and play a tournament, which I love. And yeah, it turned out that I made 9th place with Omnath Bring to Light. It's unfortunately not a deck and Explorer, so I can't feature it for you guys. But yeah, Omnath Bring to Light, pretty sweet deck, very powerful. I'll link it in the description. And yeah, the deck was awesome for me. It did exactly what I wanted it to do, beat up on all the fair decks, Phoenix, Mono Green, Red Black. But yeah, my 3 losses that I got in the tournament with against Lotus Field, just three losses to Lotus Field because I cut my one Lavinia from the sideboard, made that matchup a lot worse. And yeah, then just faced it 3 times in the tournament. And turns out that Lotus Field was the deck of the tournament, took it all down, had the highest win rate, just Lotus Field super, super strong. Again, a deck that's not an arena, maybe for the better. But yeah, 12 and 3, 9th place, same points as 5th to 8th. Pretty rough to get out on tiebreakers. I was the only one that didn't get into the top 8 with that point amount. And in the last 3 of these events, I would have easily made top 8 with my record just because it was so big of a tournament. I didn't, so pretty big bummer. I mean, it was a huge price jump and a chance at Worlds. But hey, then I got to play the arena qualifier, which I made day 2 in the sealed one for Worlds for Train. And on my phone, I just played in the hall and I went 7-1. Just absolutely incredible. So I qualified for the impossible to qualify for Arena Championship. Magic's gotten really hard these days. I mean, you have 700 people top 24. You have the Arena Championship that's incredibly difficult to qualify for. And yeah, somehow I made 9th place in one. Bummer, but then won the other. So pretty awesome all in all. But I was just so destroyed at the end of all of it. You know, like day 1 was 15 hours of Magic for me. Day 2 was another like 6-7 hours of Magic, and then the Arena Championship, so like another 4 or 5. So 12 hours, 15. I was just so tired, and just I didn't really celebrate much. I just went right into bed. Big shout out to my friend Tim Schaufert, who was there with me along the way, kind of supported me and stuck through with me while we were playing in like Kebab Place on a Lille marketplace. You know, the internet was good and they had plugs to charge my phone. And the place was called Das Berliner Original, the Berliner Original. It wasn't even close to being a Berlin kebab. It was very different, but it was pretty good still. Anyways, but just kind of funny because I am from Berlin. Okay, that's a lot of talking about my recent weekend. It was crazy. I don't have any events coming up in the near future in Magic. I'm qualified for the Arena Championship, so I technically don't even have to play the qualifier weekends. What am I doing with my time? I guess I'm just having fun and playing some Standard for a change. No, I'll be playing some Explorer 2, I think, in the future, but I wanted to get my hands on Esper Midrange to finally really start this video. because I just want to showcase this deck because I think it's just straight up the best deck in the format, and I really haven't played with it. I've tried a bunch of different decks, but I haven't played with this much. I was just like going into the World Championship, I told Team Channel Fireball as well, hey guys, I think Esper Control is really good, and I think Esper Midrange has a lot of potential. Just looking at the two decks, they look really good, and Esper Midrange has just like all the best cards in the format. But yeah, apparently they didn't listen much to me because they isolated me from the testing process, which makes sense because they didn't want anybody to leak anything, so I didn't have actual access to all their discussions they were having for the World Championship, even though I was in the team. So I just like sort of put out a text out there what I thought, and then some people like could read that in the team and then like make their mind out of it, but I didn't. Anyways, I didn't know that they didn't really work much on Esper Midrange, but turns out in the end they didn't work much on it. And yeah, Esper Midrange just turned out to be the best deck, and my gut instinct was correct there. So why is it? Why is that the case? I mean, you have some of the best 2-drop creatures in the game. Faerie Mastermind and Dennick are like the very top of the 2-drop creatures you can get. Make Disappear, absolutely phenomenal card. Very important, especially against the ramp decks. You have Go for the Throat, the best removal in the format. You have Raffine, just insane creature. I mean, it still does it all, especially in conjunction with Betting Announce and Wandering Emperor Virtue. You make a lot of tokens, you have a lot of creatures running around, and then the connive part will just always mean that you have a great hand. You'll pump up your team, you kill your opponent. Just such a house. Lord Skitter is the new addition, which I overlooked a little bit, but it really turns out to be great here. It's not that good in Golgari, which people tried it, and I was like, no, didn't feel great. But here you can actually really use the tokens. I mean, you have a Vetting Announcement or a Virtue of Loyalty. Yeah, you're growing those rats. That's really powerful. And then Raffine, of course, you also want more tokens. And it's actually kind of nice to have some graveyard interaction, of course, in Esper Midrange too. That was always something that Esper decks were lacking. They could play Graveyard Trespasser, of course, but there was always something better to play. And now you have a card like Graveyard Trespasser that really synergizes with the various token strategies in the deck already, so that's just perfect. Wandering Emperor, Sheoldred, the two best 4-drops in the format, probably. I mean, yeah, the deck is just all good cards. And then Virtue of Loyalty is the new addition. Some played 4 copies. I don't think I want to have 4. I took a list from Magic Online that made top 8 in a standard challenge, and just made some small changes. I added 2 fairies over 2 virtues pretty much, because I think, you know, like if you get one of them down, that's already good enough. And 5 mana is a lot. The 2/2 Knight isn't that great. So I think I just want to have less of these than having the full playset. And then, yeah, last but not least, Destroy Evil. I think this is a really nice meta call that they made in the standard challenge. It's very good against ramp, it's very good in a mirror match, and then therefore just 2 copies in the main deck. No more cutdowns in the main deck, sort of aiming to play against midrange and ramp a lot, and then have the cutdowns in the sideboard. Another Elspeth Smite as well in the sideboard. Negate for Disdainful Strokes. This is also something I said. You should just run a lot of Disdainful Stroke, and all of a sudden the ramp matchup won't be that bad anymore. And the ramp deck can't really do that in return. They don't have anything they can run like that's really good. I guess they could run uncounterable creatures like the big, what's it called? Phrynax, I think, Phrynax or something. And for that, I actually would recommend, and I'm gonna just make that change, running some Void Rends. I think that's not too crazy. Instead of Destroy Evil, it sort of takes that slot. I remember when I played Esper Midrange at a Pro Tour at a like Strixhaven Championship, I think it was, maybe. No, Streets of New Capenna it was. And we played the deck, and we had some Void Rends for the mirror match. They got rid of everything cleanly, killed the Vetting Announcement. So yeah, that was nice. Destroy Evil got printed shortly after, and that of course was also pretty great for the mirror. But yeah, Void Rend is not too bad of a card. Yeah, sideboard Kaitos as well. I love them. Just so awesome to have this little annoying threat against control decks, against decks that don't attack. Very good against ramp and control, of course. And then we have some sweepers, Glistening Deluge, Gix's Command. I'm not sure if Glistening Deluge is necessarily better than Path of Peril. I could see that it's not better, but yeah, I'm gonna just run with the Deluge for now, and then we'll see during the games maybe if the Path of Peril is the better option. And one Gix's Command down here. Could also play like Sunfall. I just want to have one effect that's quite good in a mirror match. You can sort of wipe their board, maybe get a creature of yours back, something like that. Not quite sure if it's actually that excellent. Maybe you just want to go more over the top. And then one card I would like to include, but it's really difficult to make space, is Ertai. I think you can cut a Sheoldred for the Ertai. That's reasonable, but mainly because Sheoldred isn't that great against, go for the throat, and Sheoldred is just such a hit or miss card. Sometimes she's insane, she just wins the game. Sometimes she just gets killed, and you're like, that was kind of whatever. So I don't know. Yeah, but okay, fine. I'll add an Ertai. Like, this is sort of small stuff, but I think one Ertai, kind of flexible card, kills things. Good with Faerie Mastermind too. You get to draw a card if you do it in their turn. Yeah, 2 Raffine's Tower is a bit interesting, but I kind of like the idea of that, going lower on tap lands when you're adding the Restless Fortress, which, I'm a bit skeptical on this card, but hey, it's a manland, it works with Raffine, it can deal some damage in the late game if you pump it up. With Virtue Vetting it, that's kind of nice. And you have 2 copies of Plaza of Heroes as well, which is a really nice utility land, 1 plains. This list just looks very clean, that's why I liked it. And now we're gonna play some Magic with it, try it out, see how it is, and probably very easily dismantle our opponents, I would think, right? The best deck, is it? Or is it not? Let's find out. Okay, this is a bit of a weird one. I think it's a mulligan, like not having any early plays, and we are on the draw is just gonna make me fall too far behind. Could go to 5. I'm on a draw, so could win on a 5, but this hand kinda has the tools if it finds 1 blue source to be good. So I'm gonna try it. Okay, nice. Alright, I'm just... Oh, Talia. So it's Legends. Yeah, I mean, cutting all the cut downs is not good if you're running into Legends, I suppose. Yeah. One of those games. Yeah, I did cut a cut down from the deck. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, because cut down is just so important in this specific matchup, especially on the draw. To be able to kill Talia, Raffine. Super important. Like these type of games, you lost already. I mean, once on the play goes Talia, Raffine. You don't have a 2-drop, you are done. There's nothing you can really come back with. If I had to go for the throat for the Raffine here on turn 3, maybe I have a chance, but like now with my hand being basically proactive and having this make disappear, it's gonna be really difficult to come back from this. It's like, oh yeah, sure, play my 1/4, but my opponent can attack, draw 2 cards. Takenuma as well here. What did I find? A Sheoldred and a Lord Skitter. Yeah. Alright. Okay, I'm just gonna scoop this one up. There's just no way I'm winning this game in a million years. Okay, so Virtue of Loyalty I think is kind of bad. Vetting Announcement isn't great. Make Disappear. It's good on the play, but bad on the draw, I would say. Gix's Command, Void Rend. Okay, what else? Mastermind. I could play the Smite. It's good against Dennick. Seems a bit weak overall, though. I never really liked Emperor in this matchup. It is a kill spell against the creature deck, but I don't know, with Plaza and Skrelv, it's just difficult to make that work. You could cut the Ferry. You could trim on Vetting Announcement. I think if I trim on Vetting Announcement, I'm sort of starting to become like them. The way my deck is built. And at that point, it's like too even. I think Vetting Announcement is the way I pull ahead. Yeah, I don't know. I think I like the Skitter. Maybe just cut it on to make disappear. Okay, let's play first. Bit awkward, but I have cut down and go for the throat. I need one land and I'm good. I think it's okay to keep this. All right, I mean, if these would be virtual loyalties, I would be able to cast them. So that's a bit unfortunate, I guess. But it seems like a very narrow thing here that I ran into. Or very unlikely, I would say. All right. Okay, I punted there. I definitely made a mistake. Yeah. It's just very weird that usually you attack first, but with this one you of course have to do it the other way first. You have to play it first. Okay, opponent just concedes. Seeing that I have to go for the throat, doesn't even want to wait until I cast it. Okay. Well, Faerie Mastermind is pretty bad there. Make disappear. I think make disappear is just not that great. On the draw. I mean, if they have a bit of a stumble, it can be good. If they like start with a Skrelv, don't have a Talia, and then you can counter the Raffine. But as soon as they have Talia, you're in for a world of hurt. Maybe the Virtue isn't actually that much worse than the Mastermind, because how do you go over the top? The 5-mana option will go over the top. Maybe I run one Fairy and then run one Make Disappear. I just got both Fairies, not sure. I like the Fairy as well in the post-board games where you're not really tapping out for 5 mana if you board in a bunch of counter magic. So the Fairy then gives you something to do if your opponent doesn't play anything. Like 4 mana, just draw 2, they draw 1. It's pretty good. That's an interesting hand. I would love to keep this as a 7. What do we bottom here? I kind of don't want to bottom any of these removals. Maybe I just bottom the Raffine? Seems crazy to do that, but I think Lord Skitter is actually a bit, well, looks like I did the right decision. Double Plaza, Talia. Okay, pass the turn. Skrelv. Dennick. I could kill the Dennick and then play Lord Skitter, exile the Dennick. I kind of like that. Although a little bit of unfortunate, if they have Sheoldred next turn, I don't really have an answer because they have Skrelv. So maybe I'm supposed to kill the Skrelv. Raffine. All right. I think I just gotta play my own Raffine here. Okay. Vetting and Dennick perhaps? Vetting is just way too slow here. Okay. I mean, I have Sheoldred if they... Okay, no Sheoldred is a good sign, I would say. The triple Plaza start makes me think that... Oh, wow, they're discarding 2 lands. I was about to say it makes me think they were flooding. I guess not. Huh. Do I want to throw my Raffine into... I don't think I want to, because it's just... With the Sheoldred I have so much life gain and... Then again, they can just Eiganjo whatever creature I target, I guess. This is a tough decision. They're already highlighting the Eiganjo. Alright, fine. I'll take it. Nothing. Nothing. This makes me think of Ertai. And I suppose Eiganjo. Of course. If I play the Sheoldred, they have Ertai. That wouldn't be so pretty, would it be? So I think I just try to attack first. Question is to attack the Raffine. Don't think I do. They have the Mastermind. And maybe plus an Eiganjo. Well. Could counter it theoretically. They would draw 2 cards. I think I'm actually going to choose to counter that. Like Skitter with makes Pious is just such a nice synergy, right? Like this game I'm gonna win by just outgrinding them here. Cut down. That's good. So I have to discard 3. So I can cut down here. Do I have to do this? Discard my Sheoldred? Maybe I should discard the Destroy Evil instead. Discarding the Geeks' Command also doesn't feel right, but it costs me 6 mana, and I guess I could discard these 3. Cut down the Skrelv, but then at that point, is the Geeks' Command even that impactful? I have a lot of late game. I think we're just gonna ditch the Sheoldred, honestly. They're taking a ton of damage here as well. No Eiganjo being used, huh? Maybe I don't have it. Maybe I could have just easily blocked. So they have 4, 5. Are they attacking all here? I mean, what am I talking about? They can't attack all. The Skitter is a huge problem. They're just staying back. So now I can make them chump block with Talia. And no Eiganjo up either. Yeah, nice. They have to chump block the red, take 6, go 1. Yeah, I mean, Lord Skitter was the MVP there. To be fair, in conjunction with Raffine. Just super powerful. Play first. Okay. I'm on the play. I have a Takenuma. Sure, I'll try. Fiend's Tower. I think I played the Dennick. I'm not too worried about the 2-drop. I'm more worried about the 3-drops. Restless Fortress and a cut down, perhaps. You may cut down my Dennick. I don't mind that. A card that was actually pretty useful was Siphon Insight in the past in Esper mirror matches. I do want to play Dennick next turn. Just get it out there. Probably not. I just don't. I'm just naked to any like Sheoldred or whatever. Okay. Looks like my opponent has Make Disappear as well. That's sort of how it looks like. Yeah. Yeah, that's a dangerous card. I could Otawara end of turn bounce and play Takenuma, play my Dennick. Or I could just counter it, sack my guy, then play Dennick. It's probably the best option. Raffine. Yeah. I think I just play you. Okay, it's very clearly that they have Make Disappear in their hand. Take it. Post-combat Lord Skitter. Funny. Okay, so if I play Sheoldred, I have to sack Dennick, I guess, but then I get a clue. Could also play Raffine first. Could also, I think that's actually not too crazy. Could also just do this. This sort of secures me that I get onto the board. The Make Disappear can't even counter anything. I have Plaza up. And I'm gonna continuously make clues here with Raffine. Just make a clue for this card. I think it's kind of nice. Yeah. Although Sheoldred is also very good, so it's a bit of a that was a difficult decision to make. Oh wow. Just getting aggro. Okay. Yeah, very clearly sitting on Make Disappear. So if I play my Virtue, ooh, that's a nice one. That's a nice one. I think I just attack for Raffine. Like I can block this and this Dennick. And I'm gonna use a white. Getting the concession. Okay. Alright, mirror match time. I'm on the draw. The deck is built in a way where like most of your cards are already good. Negate isn't not that bad. Gix's Command probably good. Void Rend probably good. Kaito can be good, but less good on the draw, of course. If you're gonna play, I like the Kaito. The Virtue didn't look that impressive there. It's so susceptible to make disappear. But I mean, in the end, you get 2 things out of it, but like the 2/2 is just like 1 betting announcement token trades with it when the betting festivity is there. Like, not that impressive. Or like Samurai token trades with it. Sheoldred and Ertai. I think I like all the cheap cards. I like the Lord Skitter, I like the Emperor, I like the Vetting. So it's these 5 that I'm not so sure about. I think Make Disappear you need to play, go for the throat. You can have to play as well. So I just get rid of the Ertai, cut Sheoldred this, and then play Void Rend, play Gix. Cut down is also not terrible on the draw. Getting Raffine is nice, but otherwise, I mean, you're not getting much importance. Ertai. Ertai. It's just the 3/2 body is not particularly good in this matchup. Everything trades with it. So you're getting a removal and they draw a card or a counter. Just doesn't seem that great, especially not on the draw. Like, it's very bad against Raffine, for example. Not sure. But yeah, like, again, a lot of cards are already good in the matchup that you have in the main deck, so I think this like light boarding is fine. Tricky. This can definitely go south. Boah. No removal. I think I'm gonna mulligan. Okay. Yeah, you kind of wish for a Make Disappear on turn 2. Opponent has to make a 2/2. Yeah. Yeah, because I didn't have a stop right when this resolved. He just knows that I don't have a Make Disappear, and at this point just slams the Raffine and we have another non-game on our hands. I mean, I hardly can go to 6. Maybe I'm supposed to have Cut Down in the deck. But yeah, this is just like the one game against Esper Tensions where it's 2-drop Raffine. Okay, you're dead. And this is sort of what Raffine makes, right? It's just, you just die if you don't have an answer for this. If they go 2-drop into Raffine, you just are so far behind really quickly that you don't really have to play anymore. Okay, I go to 12. I need a removal now. Play this, jump block a couple times. They also have a Plaza. Could see that you want Sunfall on the, like, for these games. Maybe. But like when Sunfall is online, which is now, they can just keep up and Make Disappear at this point. Yeah, you just want to clean, Make Disappear, go for the throat, cut down. They just discarded a bunch of cut downs. So they boarded in a lot of cut downs, even on the play, which I think is wrong. Like on the play, I think it's definitely wrong. I could not block this. Take 8, no. So this is already a 5 power. I thought this was a 2 still. Oops. Okay, so I go to 3 in the upkeep. They just keep up the Plaza. Yeah, and as long as they keep up the Plaza for the rest of the game, I won't be able to win this game. Okay. All right. I was hoping they would do something like play, I don't know, Mastermind end of turn or something, but no. Okay. I had 1 cut down in my deck, yeah. That went really quickly. That went a lot different than the first game. Makes me think Kaito might not be that good. I don't know. Like we have I have all these cheap answers. I just didn't have any of them, right? Even Void Rend to some degree. This is like 7, 11, 12. I didn't see any of them. It's pretty unlikely that happens again. So that was sort of an outlier game. I shouldn't take too much, like I shouldn't read too much out of that, I think. I don't know. I'll have to play more games. I'll have to play more games to figure this out. Exactly. What like how this works. Because I played mirror matches in the past, but the deck lists were different. They played different cards. They were configured in a different way, so it's not that easy to say like what's correct and what's not. So if they have Make Disappear here, and then play a Wedding Announcement, that would certainly be punishing. If I slam, they have nothing, I'm like winning big time. I think I respect them. They didn't have any other thing as well, so I think it's very likely that they have Make Disappear at this point. Okay, now they have something. Maybe they have a Raffine's Tower to cycle. No? Okay. Dennick. So if I play Emperor, they likely will counter it, but then I can play Raffine and go crazy. It's probably a good idea. You could also go Virtue and go for the throat to Dennick. I think I'm happy if they counter my Emperor. I have the advantage of being on the play here to sort of force the issue there. Okay. Not sure. Maybe the Virtue is the worst. Like if they kill my Raffine though, what do I have left? Like a bunch of removal left, but the Geese command can get the Raffine back, but can't target as long as this is in play and this is in play, so this is more of a removal spell. I don't know. I also have 2 manlands. Gives me a lot of late game. Not attacking with the Dennick is weird. Four cards. I assume they have another Make Disappear. The Geeks' command felt a bit medium so far. I guess these expensive cards might not be that good because they're all susceptible to Make Disappear. So I could play the Virtue, or I could attack with the Fortress. So the Fortress attacks means 3, 6, 8 damage, they go to 4. Virtue, they have to sacrifice the Dennick to make it counter, to have it get countered. So that's also really good for me. Maybe they have Negate. I'll just second this. Yeah. Being on the play is certainly a very big advantage. But yeah, I probably should have had more cut downs in my deck on the draw. And that's sort of how you take away play draw. Oh well. I just got it all, huh? So we do sack. Put 2 counters here. 7 attack. Lethal. Alright, I mean, Geeks' Command did something in the end, but wouldn't really have been much better than like a go for the throat, I guess. Right, I can work with this. Soldiers. The Glistening Deluge. The Glistening Deluge. Okay. Lunak Veteran. No 2-drop. So this really can tell you a lot about their hand. So they don't have a 2-drop. If I kill the recruitment officer here, I might stop them for a turn from casting the big guy, the Knight Errant. So I think that was actually what I was supposed to do there. Like no Harbin likely, no Resolute Reinforcements. Maybe Sapphire Sentinel in hand? Maybe. Oh wow, playing this tapped. This makes me think of Make Disappear, of course. But yeah, my hand is kind of set up to Make Disappear, so I'm just gonna slam. I could kill the Veteran, but if they go Knight Errant with Veteran, they just can only pick up creatures with 1 power, I believe. Or with mana value 1, right? That's what it does. Mana value 1. Okay, they don't even have it. Okay. Just go for Emperor, I guess. Okay. I don't know if this is correct. Like, they don't even really care about the Veteran, I guess. It's a bit of a weird play, so they're gonna return the Lunak. Okay, I guess. I don't know. I'm not sure if I would have pulled the trigger on the Zephyr there, especially if I have a Zephyr already in play. Like, if they just keep the Zephyr in hand, and if I try to kill the other Zephyr, they can bounce and then, you know, have this sort of infinite protection, always protecting each other. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna cash in my Emperor. Although I'm at 14. It's gonna die anyway, so I'm just gonna cash it in. The only downside is if they have a 3rd Zephyr in hand here. That would be the only downside to this play. Then I would have to probably go for the throat and then Dennick. I mean, then they're empty-handed. Okay, they don't have another Zephyr. Okay, so slam it to Make Disappear. I don't think they have Make Disappear though. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna slam the Sheoldred. They would have Make Disappeared my Wandering Emperor, I'm pretty sure about that. You wouldn't just do what they did in that spot. It had a bit of a sub draw. No vetting, no Knight Errant. Really makes the soldier deck look weak. And I think, yeah, the power of Esper, especially then when sideboard sweepers come into play, just difficult for the soldiers deck to go through. I think Simon Nielsen also said that he didn't like his Esper midrange matchup. Might have an Eiganjo, might block the Sheoldred and then shoot 4. Then didn't make a land drop. Might have Otawara. Like the soldiers list, or at least the one that Simon played at the World Championship, played 2 Otawara and 2 Eiganjo. So it's, you have to have it more on your radar than against other decks. Okay, opponent's back. Otawara, Raffine. Sure. Okay. Alright, it's nice to win the pre-board game. The post-board games are usually easier with all the sideboard cards. Destroy Evil seems actually pretty good here because it does kill the big guy. And I always call it the big guy. Knight Errant. And it does kill Wedding Announcement. So. And Tokazi is welcome in case they board that in. We should also play Void Rend in that case. I'm gonna kick out the Faerie Mastermind. Warning Emperor seems kind of medium. Cutdown is interesting. They have Haben and Sapphire. You just get rid of some Go for the Throats and play some cutdowns. Although Go for the Throat does kill the 4/4. So maybe get rid of the Virtue. I'm like not the biggest fan of that card here. I could play something like Negate or Disdainful Stroke. Although I guess having the instant speed 2/2 is kind of nice against like Resolute reinforcements. Sheoldred seems good enough. Lord Skitter seems good enough. Like cheap creatures that do a lot seem kind of good. Sheoldred is like hit or miss, but I already have Raffine, which they have to kill, and then they don't have that much removal. Oh, Ertai. Yeah, Ertai can go. Ertai is bad. Yep. Oh, a one-lander, no bueno. Okay, blue-white deck, huh? Okay, sure. Oh, Make Disappear is questionable as well. Yeah, Make Disappear is really bad. Especially on the draw. I mean, on the draw, I guess you can still snack the Wedding Announcement. Actually, I'm not so sure. Like, it's one of the best effects against both Wedding Announcement and the Knight Errant of Eos, because it's kind of difficult to get Knight Errant out without, like, and also being able to pay for the Make Disappear. Okay. I think if they attack, I'm not gonna go for the 2/2 because I just really want to counter the Wedding Announcement. I'm not gonna... I could eat a 1/1, I get it, but... Yeah. Alright, that's intense. You wanna double block me? They're thinking about it. Yeah, now they can play Knight Errant and keep up Make Disappear, but I guess I will just then sack my 2/2. Oh look, they just have nothing. That is a painful draw. Okay, well. It's funny that the Dennick would just stop them. Okay. So again, it looks like, again, they don't have Knight Errant and they don't have the vetting. Like, last turn was the perfect turn to deploy either of them. Looks like this just sitting on more Make Disappear. Or more removal, maybe another Lantern Flare or something. Okay, you got it. I mean, this type of play is how fruitful that's gonna be. I'm just gonna kill. To be aware of Sapphire Sentinel, so I just kill a 1/1, I guess. Maybe it's a bit aggressive using my Go for the Throat there, but. So again, I think they have Make Disappear, so I'm just gonna not run this out quite yet. They don't want to like, you could counter the Dennick. I mean, doesn't seem too unreasonable to sack a soldier and counter the Dennick. Okay, so they have Sapphire Sentinel, or what is this? They have Eiganjo. Okay, makes sense. Okay, so I think I'm gonna just take 2 damage. 2 cards. One of them I Make Disappear. Kind of want to bait out a Sapphire if I can, because I have Make Disappear right now. Maybe they go for it. Does feel pretty bad to use my 2 removals against these cards. Okay, they didn't go for it. Alright. Well, I go to 10. I'll play this, and then they have to Make Disappear. This tab, this Seachrome Coast really sucks. I think I just play this, honestly. Let's see what they do about that. If they want to trade and Make Disappear for this, I'm happy. I'm very happy at it. Okay. Like, of course, the better line would have been if I would have had an untapped land, but I didn't, so. The bunny corn. The bunny corn. They have another Make Disappear? No. They have the Beachhead, which gives soldiers 1/1, so they can actually attack with these guys. That's a weird attack. Why not with both? It's really weird. Because of the Knight Errant? Maybe, but okay. Okay, so who's the token deck now, huh? Get in there. Yeah, make this appear. Wasn't so fruitful these games, but to be fair, they didn't draw any of their more expensive cards. Somewhat annoying. They have 6 mana exactly. Okay. Could sack a rat to make them pay 4 and then they can't activate it. Don't think that's totally unreasonable. But they might activate and try to play something right now. Doesn't find the Knight Errant. Just pass. The bunny gets bigger and bigger. Wonder if I should wait with the Emperor and try to kill the bunny, or should just make tokens. It's a big bunny. It's a big bunny. Path of Peril? No, I guess Glistening Deluge also kills the bunny. Yeah, I was about to say, oh, Path of Peril gets rid of the bunny as well, but no, Glistening Deluge does kill the bunny as well. So they can't really attack with the bunny because then I can just -2. Okay. Maybe I should have made this 5, so it's exactly 2 turn. A 3 turn clock. Probably. Yeah. Just gonna play more lands. I know I have Raffine, but I have 2 spells in my hand that are like totally dead at this point. So I think it's just better to have, like, Raffine has fodder. What I'm trying to say is, like, I can loot these away with Raffine. Although, I mean, they're not totally dead. I can sack rats and then counter something important. For like 4 mana in total, they have to pay 8. Nice. So now I can make this 5, they go to 6, and I can make it 6 next turn. And I have a Eiganjo Destroy Evil. Well, I'm gonna use my Plaza. I guess I could have used Make Disappear as well. Maybe that would have been better. Yeah. It's like the Plaza protects against Eiganjo. They already used one Eiganjo. One Otawara. But it would have also stopped the recruitment officer. But then I guess the one way I die here is Haben. Yeah, exactly. So do I die against Haben now? So if they have 4, so I do this. They pay 4, and then I can just counter again. I die if they have a Make Disappear. Because then they can counter my next Make Disappear with their Make Disappear. Like they can sack, they can let both copies get onto the stack, then sack a soldier and counter both Make Disappears. And I would die. Yeah, they have it. Well, game. I could have not protected my Dennick, but I don't know if that's correct. I could have protected my Dennick differently, I guess. If I choose to go Make Disappear on the Destroy Evil, then they can't activate Recruitment Officer. And then next turn they have to activate Recruitment Officer, pay 4 mana, play Haben, and I will still have enough mana up to pay for one of the Make Disappears. So it will be impossible to kill me. Right, yeah. They pay 4, play Haben. I have 4 mana tapped, 4 mana up. I can cast my last Make Disappear in my hand on the Haben and get him. But if they just naturally draw Haben, my line is better of using the Plaza, because then I'm left with 2 Make Disappears to naturally counter the Haben. But of course I would still lose to Make Disappear and Haben in that situation. Okay, Make Disappear look pretty bad. It's weird. I didn't see any Knight Errants, none of the big creatures. So it's kind of a grindy game, which kind of makes me want to have Kaito. Well, I never drew a Wedding Announcement either. Never drew a Raffine, right? Like, I just need a Raffine to survive against them and they die. These games go super grindy. I'll run a couple Make Disappears, even though they were kind of bad here. But again, they didn't draw any of the expensive cards. That was a close game. So much going for it this hand, but missing the key ingredient. Missing a key ingredient. I'm gonna try my luck. I mean, if I don't draw a blue, I still have a pretty decent curve if I draw up 1 land. Yeah, it's a bit of a risky keep for sure. Path of Peril or Glistening Deluge. I mean, Path of Peril does something against mono red, which Glistening Deluge doesn't. So, and Path of Peril has the 6 mana option. Could maybe be relevant against Esper midrange. Just gonna trade here. Looks like they don't have Sephi or Resolute Reinforcements or Make Disappear. And I lost the game. Kept the risky hand, get punished. No vetting, huh? Okay, interesting. That just resolved. They have Destroy Evil. Alright. What is going on in their hand? So they don't have Sephi, they don't have Resolute, they likely don't have Make Disappear. Just have... I don't know. What do you got? Maybe they drew Make Disappear. Protect the Negotiators they could have. That's the other counterspell. That makes a soldier for a kicker of white. They could just be sitting on Knight Errant. I don't think they have Vetting Announcement. They would have slammed the turn 3 into my 2 open mana. At this point, they would have already cast the Protecting Negotiators, so I don't think they have that. Maybe they do have a Make Disappear. Maybe they just drew it, and now they're thinking about if they want to use that or a second Destroy Evil. Okay, well, that's good for me. So that gives me a very nice go for the third target. Although they might have the Sapphire Sentinel, I guess. But they didn't have Sapphire Sentinel turn 2, I believe, so. Okay, so now they're tapped out. Okay, well, I'm just gonna kill this while they're tapped out, and... Whoa, they didn't find nothing with the Knight Errant? Well, yeah, I guess they only did it for 1, so... Mana value X or less, so yeah, okay, it's just 1 drops that they can find. Yeah. Go to 15, no biggie. It's a lot of Dennick. Sure, let's attack. They might have a Eiganjo, I guess, huh? Maybe I should have played Sheoldred first and see if it's clear for me to attack. Because the hand was so weird that I really think they might have a Eiganjo. This was bad. This was badly sequenced. I should have played Sheoldred first to see if the way is clear, and if they have a counter for Sheoldred, then I can attack with the Raffine. Now I sort of wasted an attack. Yeah, this was pretty bad. Should have played Sheoldred first. Damn it. You have to play really tight against this soldier deck. You always have to sort of guess what they might have in hand. And like now again, I don't have a good power play I can use to make them do it. This is likely just gonna die. I really missed my opportunity to get this up to 5 toughness there. Getting it up to 5 toughness is so huge. It's just so annoying. I think I'm gonna keep playing around the thing. And then next turn I can attack with one of my other creatures. And then at least the Raffine sticks around. Like I'm just gonna pump up the Dennick. Okay, if they have a Sapphire, that's fine. They can bounce the Knight Errant, sure. No, they don't even want to. So they want to play a tempo game. Maybe they have another Knight Errant in hand. Maybe they're going to tap now. I could double block and get out the Eiganjo that way. It's not crazy. Then my Raffine is freed up. If I get the Knight, then next turn I attack Dennick and Knight. I pump up the Knight, I guess, and then they kill the Dennick. Maybe. If I double block, I just play another Dennick next turn. That's not an impressive turn, but I'm still at 10, so that's nice. I think I really need to draw some cards, so I'm just going to take the hit. I'm really putting them on Eiganjo. Maybe wrong, I don't know. Them not attack to Sephir is also interesting. Like, if you have Eiganjo, you could attack for the Sephir, right? Maybe they have Lantern Flare again? Okay. Now you're gonna destroy Evil my Raffine? Okay. If I draw a land, I can kill off the Night Error and give my Dennick extra counters. Maybe the Gix's command is not that good in this deck because the returning creatures mode is just not enabled. Okay, so Lantern Flare and Destroy Evil. Maybe they never had the Eiganjo, but them having those two cards kind of makes me think they probably had like an answer to Raffine anyways. Maybe not. Okay, well that's a good sign. Lord Skitter. Just gonna play the Dennick and put it in the graveyard to have the other Dennick available to me. There's the first wedding announcement. All right. Eiganjo. Yeah, maybe they had it all the time, huh? Could protect, but I'm losing land. It's probably not a good idea. I think I'm just gonna go Virtue here. Sure. Getting in there. They have 3 blockers, jump 1, take 4. Destroy Evil. Nice. Double block 1 maybe? Nope. I think they can hardly win if I just do both. Do this, like, yeah, I think this game's done. They could go Knight Errant into something. Well, good showing of Esper midrange. As you would think, as you would expect, really. Like, this deck is just... This could get boring, let's say. If you have good plans against ramp, decent plans against the aggressive decks, you are the best mid-range deck that's just going to trump like Ogari, Dimir, and so on because you just play better cards. Who's going to stop you? Who's stopping this deck? Tell me. You have Dennick, you have Raffine, Sheoldred, Wedding Announcement, Warning Emperor. It's just, it's too good. I think this could really be the new Grixis midrange. We'll see. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this video and happy farming. See you guys.